Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Manoj Dhanotiya, who is the founder of Micro Mitti, which is a real estate investment platform that facilitates discovery, acquisition, and fractional ownership of properties. Hi, Manoj. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi Priya. Thanks for having me.
Would request you to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about Micro Mitti and about your background.
All right, so myself Manoj Dhanotiya. I belong from a city, a small town named Mansour in MP. It's a center of India, Madhya Pradesh. Um, got my education done from Mansour, moved to city Indore for my graduation. Then I went to US for almost 5 years. I did my master's from University of Cincinnati, Ohio. I worked for a bit of time with KG's department in Cincinnati. I also did lot of work for University of Cincinnati education system, coding, outsourcing a lot from there to India. In US, I was also part of the University Graduate Association, working as a treasurer. So got a lot of chances to interact with many students from across the world. You know. Um, did my first master's, completed it, went into second master's into computer science. But then, like many entrepreneurs tell this story, one day I just suddenly left US, came back to India in 2009, May 12th, and started my own IT firm, a small IT firm. I started with one person, grew it in 1 year to almost 30, 40 people. Primarily, it was into web designing, mobile application, SEO, just like any other first generation entrepreneur with zero capital starts. We started it, ran it for almost 10 plus years, successfully bootstrapped, profitable. Um, then I started my actually second venture, named AI Trillion, which was a e-commerce marketing automation platform. We were one of the very early partner of Amazon. Amazon started Amazon Web Store thing. So we in GoWeb Baby, we were the partners. Very few people know the story that Amazon, all the sellers who sell on Amazon, Amazon came up with this concept that you can also have your own website and still manage the inventory from Amazon. They called it Amazon Web Store. We were one of the 12 partners across the world, but suddenly in 1 year, Amazon closed it. It was a lot for them, for their team, because you know how people are that they keep asking a lot of changes in website. And then Shopify came in those time. So Shopify is a very well-known e-commerce market platform, and not many people know the story how it actually got the boost, and we were part of actually the story. So Amazon closed it, and all the sellers were like, "What will we do?" So Amazon gave that business to Shopify, and then Shopify came to us that their platform was very new, very basic. So they came up with this whole partner program and apps, and Shopify apps is all the story you hear today. That all started from that day, and we went into Shopify ecosystem as one of the very early partners. uh, did almost 18 very successful apps on it. And that brought us to the idea of our second product platform, SaaS, e-commerce marketing automation platform, which you see today as AI Trillion. It's an all-in-one marketing automation platform. So ran that company for almost 4 years after GoWeb Baby. Built a very successful platform. We are currently having more than 2 million sellers on it who are using the platform. And we started it in a COVID phase. That was COVID, when we actually built it and launched it as a freemium. And in how in COVID, so many sellers actually came up into the market because everybody was at home trying to do something from home. Drop shipping was at a peak. So the platform grew very fast. We track more than 4 million consumers on it today. We track more than 73 million SKUs on it. The loyalty points, we have given more than 1 billion loyalty points through that. We are one of the largest review aggregator for e-commerce companies across the world via AiTrillion. So 4 years I ran it very successfully. Again, a bootstrap profitable platform. I also end up raising fund into it at a valuation of 250 CR from some of the very prominent investors that also gave me a different kind of view of the industry, that how the funds are being raised, and brought me in touch with a lot of good investors. Um, in so 3 years back, while I was doing AI Trillion and running all these companies, um, being an entrepreneur, not satisfied with what we keep doing. So, I started looking into sectors that what else we can do, what we can do new. Because at the age of almost 36, 37, I was kind of like satisfied that I've done what has to be done, and there is nothing new for me to do. So, but we started looking into what better or bigger we can do. I have always been staunch believer of like startup ecosystem. Coming from a first generation, I always wanted people to do something new. So, I found that the whole real estate sector in India is one of the sector which is still organized. So I keep saying this theory that like Zomato did for food industry, or what Ola did for taxi driver in India. The organized from unorganized to organized sector, how they built it, we wanted to do something different. So real estate was one sector I found that we can do something good. And at this very same time, we also saw SEBI coming up with a rate structure being changed to SM rate. So basically, real estate investment trust, which there are three big REIT in India, like BKC, Embassy Park. People in the tech world know it all. So they came up with this idea that now we can create a REIT from 5,000 crore to 500 crore. They wanted to bring down that AUM. And so 3 years back, I started looking into it. We wanted to do something different, that everybody, the common man of India should be able to take part into the wealth building story of India, which is happening via real estate. That is what I believed, because I come from the fraternity that India will become a $30 trillion economy. It will grow very fast. And tier 2, tier 3 city villages essentially will play a very big role in that growth. And while it happens, my thought is that common man of India will still miss the whole growth story, because they will not be able to take part into the wealth creation which is happening while India grows to 30 trillion, and that is happening on land, because real estate wealth is being created by millionaires or HNIs or ultra HNIs only. Common men usually just go and buy a plot or a house or a office. They do not get to be part of the bigger story, the bigger projects. Even REIT, I had the same idea that REIT is for somebody who is already a millionaire, and they are actually investing into it to just beat the inflation, keep their capital safe, because they have a large amount of money. There was a Knight Frank report which said that in last 3 years, actually the market has grown from 4,000 crore and it is projected to 8,000 crore. And that is all happening in tier 1 cities. Tier 2 cities like Indore, Bhubaneswar, Lucknow, Nagpur. If I talk about tier 3 cities or villages, they don't even know what I am all talking about. But I started talking about this 3 years back. The word PropTech came into picture in this duration. The word fractional real estate investment came into the picture. Um, People in tier 2 had no idea what is going on. So, we started building the company. I came up again with my third venture, which is now named Micro Mitti, essentially trying to bring small investors into real estate in a very structured way, because the whole real estate story is that it's unprofessional, not transparent. We had so many frauds into the whole ecosystem, but wealth is being made here. You can see a lot of people making wealth. So we wanted them, and I also had a target audience of youth. So because while working in my past two ventures, which is basically an IT firm and a software firm, I did saw this phenomena happening, that people working with me, even with a salary range of 5, 10, 25, 30 lakh, are not able to buy their own home. One, they don't have cash, because in India, the cash component is so prevalent that people do not have it and they are not able to buy it. Number two, uh, they are more, tugged with fast money making in stock market. You know how F&O works, and then the Zerodha and all came in, that which made it very easy for people to invest. But they did not make it easy for people to understand that what is going on. The financial education was missing. So the youth basically is putting all their saving into stock market, which is not bad, but there's a lot of volatility. The basics of financial freedom or wealth generation is that you have to diversify and you're not able to do it. And then you don't have your own home or house. You're living in a rented house. You're young, so you can do it. But I am kind of worried that what will happen when you grow to 40, 40 or 50. Because essentially, India is a different country socially than the West. And then this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, came. A lot of influencer came who started preaching that don't buy house, be on rent. It is much easier, cheaper. But the social economic system of India is not like that. In that works in US and developed countries because the social security is there from the government. It's the same kind of lifestyle. I can go to US in the same hospital with my insurance and get the same kind of treatment. If I don't have it, I still get the treatment, or I have a social security from government in my old age. That is not here in India. So while you are working on a job and salary, you can do all kind of things. But I really think in a longer term perspective that what will happen afterwards. you know so we started building Micro Mitti, that we will make you part of larger projects. We will allow you to invest in real estate with real money in white, and will help you build your house and the wealth for a longer term. So that was the idea which brought me to my third venture, Micro Mitti. So far, it's going great, and this is where I am right now.
Got it. Thanks for setting the context for our audience. Let's talk in depth about the real estate market. And I think here, although there are a lot of problems right now, I think I can categorize it into 4 or 5 buckets. First is the politicians kind of made the rules in a way so that it favors them. If you see right now, a lot of land is owned by politicians or influential people, people from wealthy houses. So they kind of have those backdoor access to lot of lands. They take government lands also on lease for 99 years, and lot of loopholes are there. And then there is the black money. Real estate is a good place to park your black money. Lot of deals happen on cash only, so that on paper valuation is much lower, but cash is taken by the seller. Then there are regulations which are, although regulations are little better now compared to 5 years back, but still regulations are not enough to to facilitate a very clear, transparent transaction. And the inflation is very high. Real estate inflation is almost 10% and above. Every year, rents are growing at 10%. The prices are also growing by 10%. At least this is the bare minimum figure. So, lot of problems are there. Of all these problems, which all are you tackling through your venture?
So, Priya, see, we don't live in a socialist communist society. It's a capitalistic society, and we are in a business. Um, I cannot cry that what politicians are doing and how would I make money. You have to be a businessman. You have to earn it. It's not going to be a kind of fair game that you will get anything you want, because there are so many shrewd people and they are businessmen. So that's what we are building. We are building a collective power. I understand from where you are coming, how real estate prices are growing on. So it's not inflation actually, it's the prices which are going on. It's an appreciation which is happening in real estate, which is good. That is where the money will be made. And we want that to happen, and that will continue to happen in India as India grows. Because, like I said, real estate is not just buying land or buying office. Every business is happening on the land. For me, if the e-commerce is growing, the warehousing will grow, the logistic will grow. If the defense manufacturing is growing in India, then more industries will come, the land prices will grow. If China plus one policy is going to take off, which is what is happening right now, so we will also get a lot of benefits out of it, and all those business manufacturing will happen in India also. So it's good for us. That's what the business we are into, and that's what we are telling everybody, that be a part of Micro Mitti and we'll solve a lot of things. So for example, you said you need a lot of licensing in real estate to be done. You want land allocation for projects to be done to your company so that you can build value, do a value addition on it, and earn the wealth. That is what Micro Mitti is doing. So you do need a sophisticated, commercial, and very advanced team to do a lot of things, which a common man cannot do. A common man will always buy a plot. That is what my pitch was, and which is good as long as you are only buying it for your own use. But if you want to make money, you have to be part of groups like Micrometti, which is what we are calling nowadays PropTech. So earlier it was like you go and buy it with a builder or a colonizer. Okay, so he will not make you a partner into a project of say 400 crore or 500 crore or 1000 CR. REIT was one of those ideas that in REIT you can become a part of a larger project, but then REIT is more of a commercial project with a rental income. So again, the idea of generational wealth is not happening there. It is only a rental income you are getting in a REIT. The share prices are not increasing because the appreciation is not going to happen in those projects. So like I said, that REIT is majorly built in India for HNI, ultra HNIs, or the pension funds to keep their money safe, the capital safe, and beat the inflation. What I am proposing at Micromit is that we are putting money into tier 2, tier 3 villages where land prices are still cheaper compared to tier 1, where infrastructure is building very fast, and the appreciation is way more than any other city. Plus, rental is a plus plus. So you can become with a small ticket size a partner into the project. So we've structured like in an SPV model where every project is one SPV. We are solving number one the problem of buying land institutionally, which was the first thing you said, that politicians or other people get their allocation or buy it. So how do you do it professionally? So you have to also become a business. So that's the platform we have created. So I call it Micrometti is India's first co-investment PropTech platform. So we allow people to come in a larger projects with a small ticket size and become actually a partner, not just allocating 1 square feet land. So we are not a typical fractional real estate company where they are mutual fund and you put in money and they take their commission out and you get a location of some small size of land or small size of office. That's not happens with us. We are very uniquely positioned in India that we institutionally buy land. It's our skin in the game on day one. 100% skin is us. We are not a mutual fund. We get all the government licensing, approvals, building permissions, licensing, and RERA done. And then we open it up as a fractional model where you can actually become a partner into the project with a small ticket size. And then we do value addition. How do we do value addition? So we brought in India's best architect, leading architect, Sanjay Puriji. We brought world's 5 most known research firms. So JLL is with us for project feasibility reports, legal due diligence. We brought IC Universal Legal, which is one of the largest legal firm in India who does the legal due diligence and even the paperwork that all these properties are right or wrong. So those kind of collaborations we have done. We have built a very professional team for licensing, construction, value addition, and even sales. So exit is also a part of it. So there is a whole process. So we the prop tech part, we built an app. So wherever you are, you can be in US, Canada, UK, you can invest in India via FDI, via us. And from that app, you can see the actual land where it is, what is happening on the land with the live camera link. You can see these JLL project feasibility reports. You can actually see the paperwork 1920 till 1925, all the legal chain documents. You can see all the due diligence document, and you can also see a name kind of structure NAV where you see what are the market prices. You also very transparently able to see who the investors are and what the price points they are in. There are a lot of other things there. So that makes it very easy, transparent, trustful, and legal for you to invest and also measure what's going on. Okay, so those kind of things we have done. And I believe that is the best way we can do it, and we have done it, and we have seen very good results in last 1 year. We have built almost 1000 crore CR of asset under management. When I say asset under management, it's not like we're managing somebody else, which other players propose. It's owned, registered into Micrometti SPVs. The asset we are building on it, the execution value, the market value of the asset we are doing on it is more than 3000 crore, which is our big numbers in just 1 year. But that also shows that market has a lot of interest and potential. in this kind of things. People want to come in a structured fund. Earlier, it was unstructured fund. You are not able to see, what is happening on the land, or you are not sure what will happen. The construction probably quality is not good, or the money was not properly channelized. But with us, everything is very clear, transparent, tech driven. So you can actually, see what's going on. And I hope this is the model probably which will change the whole real estate market, and a lot of other players will take a clue from us in India and should be able to build it in another cities.
Uh, all right. So I think I understand the process behind it, but I think there is a component of technology as well. So can you explain how does Micromitti use technology to simplify the investment process? Or I think you also worked on AI in your past. So is there a component of AI that you have added a layer of AI which is bringing efficiency or maybe predicting better returns? Let's say a land in Bhubaneswar versus a land in Jaipur, which will give maximum yield. Do you have AI to predict that?
Right. Um, so Priya, my first master's in University of Cincinnati was master's in geography. Uh, I think I probably was the only Indian by that time in 2002 who went to US to do masters in geography. So it's not geography. Actually, it was the whole Microsoft Virtual Earth came in, and we used the landside satellite data to actually analyze the feasibility of land, or we actually used lot of data points. AI came actually later to understand the demographics, the traffic, and it was very prevalent in US to, if they are going to open a store. So to use this kind of technology to understand should they open it there or not. So we do a lot of analysis based on socio-economic data, the traffic data, the salaries, what kind of people live, their age group, the basics. When the AI came, we have done a lot of work in AI, in AI Trillion. Now, all that combined is what's shaping the Micromitti PropTech app. So, number one thing was very easy to use tech was to bring transparency in real estate. So, you can see the project. It's very basic, but even that doesn't exist in India as of now. So, basics, my all legal documents has to be there till 1925, the chain papers. In India, even you are struggling to get the chain papers at one place, so it's there. um, because we are saying you can invest from anywhere, so obviously you can transfer money online from sitting anywhere via app. You can actually see what is going on to the project, because otherwise in India you buy something, then you do not know what is happening on the site. You cannot go every day to check it. So we brought in the live camera feed. So there is no AI, in this is basics. All the JLL project feasibility reports, because we want to understand what is the project, will it be successful or not? Is the research being done? So building data is more important initially, which we have done. It's all there on the app. Who are the investors? Because you when you buy something in India in a colony, you are not sure are you buying on the right price, and your neighbor has purchased on the same price or not. You're dependent on brokers, or whom you're dealing with. So that kind of transparency we have brought into the system using technology. Now, where AI will come into the picture, there are a lot of applications we are working on. Number one is price predictions. What is a prediction? How do you do it? So, there's a past data and there's a future data, and what is happening around your land bank. So now that we have built the data, we have those project feasibility report, which includes, what are the projects around you, what are the price points they've been sold on, are they occupied, are they completed on time, how the prices have moved in past, how they move in future. All those AI can use for machine learning and do the prediction, which is again not very deep tech AI, but that is what is required. Once the projects are done, we can use AI for example, tenant verification. We can use AI for security systems. The security itself is a huge concept, a huge issue in today. People prefer gated security colonies, but you keep hearing about a lot of thefts and robberies in colonies, even in good colonies. How do you prevent it? So basic alarms using AI, basic detection, matching it with the criminal data. So there are a lot of applicability you can do. The blockchain thing is there for property management, legal transactions or the transfer of property. Those kind of things are happening. So all this you will see in Micromitti PropTech app. The PropTech vision is much bigger than just having the fractional real estate investment. And there's a lot which can be done in India because not much has been done in real estate. As of now, we are not even able to map all the properties at one single place by government data. You still have to go to a registrar office and get the registry done, which in US is not the case. So, technology will play a pivotal role. There's a lot can be done, and I'm sure that will also generate a lot of jobs in India. You know, Typically in India, when you talk about real estate, professional people or young generation doesn't want to come because they feel it's very unprofessional world. But I believe that with PropTech, technology and what Micromit is doing, we should be able to inspire a lot of young entrepreneurs, young professionals to come into this sector where there's a lot of money.
Okay. Uh, Speaking of fractional ownership, I think this concept is fairly popular now, and the reason it became popular is one is it became feasible to fractionally own properties through technology, through regulations, and so on. But also, there is a big reason being it has better returns compared to the stocks or mutual funds. A lot of people have got good returns on land fractional ownership or property ownership. So I'm just curious to understand why is it the case? Why real estate gives better return, at least from today's if you look at today's market, I think real estate is giving good return. Why is that?
See, more than return, I'll answer that question also. We need to understand the safety of capital. Compared to any other asset class, gold is one of the things where you can say, yes, there is a typically capital protection is there, which I focus on. So you cannot say that some asset class is not giving better. So stock is also giving good returns, but you have to diversify. You have to keep some money in gold, which is basics of finance, but not many people are even doing it. You should put some money in FD also, which doesn't give you a lot of return, but for emergencies, you should have that 6 month of income. You can always put money into stock market in good stocks. You should put some money in gold. But when you're looking at real estate as an asset class, traditionally it was for having your own home, capital safety, and in emergency, that is actually the one thing. So people call real estate it is very illiquid, so they don't invest. But when there is an emergency, for example, somebody dies in your home, then you always look at real estate. How much real estate is there? Because that is something you cannot liquidate so easily, but that is what has made you wealth. So traditionally, this was happening. So real estate was always been a primarily a lovable, likable asset class for Indians. Now the pricing are also moving very fast in tier 2, tier 3 and villages because I said India is growing. Money is coming from outside. You know how much FDI came last year. Even when there was a recession fears across the world, India was growing. The China one policy is there. That is one of the reason. The manufacturing is going in India, and India is the largest population. And the land asset again, it's simple basics. It's only that much. It's not going to grow. I mean, you can mine gold, which is also limited, but in India, land is land. Only that much land is there. So if you have a 1 billion of population growing and the growth is happening in manufacturing, all kind of sectors, startups are coming. They are doing so much innovation. So, like I said, every business will happen on real estate. The government is putting a lot of money in infrastructure, so land prices will grow just like gold. And and the world is not very stable as of now. The more it become unstable with the wars or the tariffs or all those kind of things, even HNIs, ultra HNIs will move from stocks to capital safety. So when they move from capital safety, again, gold or real estate, there are two things. There are only two things. I can always say the third reason, which officially I should not say, but there is a black money. There's a lot of black money in India, but that is also driving the prices. That is one of the reason. So there is an opportunity. It will continue to grow. Like I said, if India becomes $30 trillion economy, which it will, land prices will continue to grow. I don't want to say that it will become double and triple, which has happened in last couple of years. During COVID, when nothing was happening, land prices were still going up. After COVID, you see how it has grown up. I still say it will grow more and more in tier 2 cities because land comparatively to tier 1 cities in India are still very cheaper. And the infrastructure development is happening very fast. It has never happened in past 70 years the way it is happening in last 5, 10 years. So I believe it's gonna grow and it's a good asset class to look at.
I have heard almost everybody say that land and properties will always grow, but we have seen the cases like in China, they grew so much of houses that then it became a bubble. And similarly, in US in 2008, real estate bubble happened. So there is a limit to how much one thing should grow. And I have heard it somewhere that Indian real estate might be at a bubble now because places like Mumbai have same or higher rate of land compared to places like New York, which has much better infrastructure, quality of living, and everything. So, what would you comment on that? Is it a bubble now? Is it ever going to be a bubble, or why these sort of opinions come?
Yeah, it's very simple. Everything is a business. If you keep buying something blindfolded, blindly, just keep following the trend, you are out to lose somewhere. No, you cannot generalize it. We cannot generalize it. I cannot compare Mumbai to New York or Indore to Mumbai or there is still apple to apple comparison. So New York is a good city. You will never be able to find a cheaper place in New York. Same way, Mumbai, you will not be able to find a cheaper place because it's the financial capitals of the world, of my country also. So there the use case is different. You cannot say that you want to do real estate investment, you're going to buy a flat in Mumbai. That is not an investment. That is something you purchase because you want to live there. If you have to invest, if you follow the Warren Buffett principle, basic principle, buy at a cheaper price and sell at a higher price. Don't get entry into a higher price. The bubble is something when you are just buying at whatever it is coming. So obviously, this is not a business you are doing. You are just following um, हम हिंदी में we say भेड़ चाल, just following people doing same thing in stock markets, same thing. You keep buying stock because of the emotions and everything. So don't invest based on emotions. Look at the prices. Look at where you're investing. There are always good things, there are always bad things. If you just follow what your friend is saying, or if you just follow what is happening into the market, what the media is saying, or what is coming in the media, you cannot take decisions. You cannot take financial decisions based on it. I keep saying, and even in Micromedia, our basic strategy in marketing is financial education. You need to understand, follow the basics. It's that simple. You keep hearing don't invest based on tips, but people still do. You keep hearing, don't follow just blindly because somebody is saying to do it. Understand what you are investing into. Is it a land? Is it a commercial land? Is it a residential land? Where it is? How much it has grown? If something is already grown out 200% in just 6 months, it's a bubble. I don't have to create a bubble for it. It's already there. So why would you invest into an asset class which has already got 200, 300%? Just because everybody is investing into it. It's that simple. You go and buy a land which is still at a basic prices. It could be a little bit farther from the city. Look at the where city is growing. You don't have to buy Times Square in New York or you have to buy like in the central Mumbai. You can always go into suburbs because that is what is. So you have to understand, are you buying for your use because you want to live there, because your business is there, or you want to invest somewhere where the prices will grow up? Typically in land, in real estate, the problem is people want to buy near where they live because they want to touch and feel kind of concept. And that is the number one problem. Because probably if you are a rich person or upper middle class person, wherever you're living, the price is already high. There are chances it will grow out, but it's not going to grow like 2x, 3x, 4x. It will grow in the suburbs where the demand is more. India has more middle class and lower middle class people, and their aspirations are growing. They're also earning, but they are not going to buy something in Mumbai heartland. They're gonna buy in suburbs or in tier 2 city or tier 3 cities. You have to uh, read the basics of finance. I mean, there's nothing to teach about it. It's just you do not know the basic. Just don't keep submitting button in zero the app input money into something. You have to just push. I don't want to criticize it, but the mutual fund sahi hai or this SIP kind of thing. People keep following blindly. If you do a bit of research, I can challenge anybody in India that no ultra HNI does SIP. or HNI does an SIP. Nobody does it. They think when to invest, where to invest. They just don't give your money every first into an SIP, which is not bad, you know. But then you cannot expect the 3x or 4x. There is a bubble which will bust out someday. So you need to understand, what is the core asset class, how it will grow, why it will grow, and then take a calculated risk. You can always do it and take a wisdomful call.
Got it. And here is my last question before we wrap up. Uh, so all these years of entrepreneurship, building multiple ventures, shortlisting ideas again and again, and evolving with time. What advice would you give to other young people who are listening to you, who are aspiring to become future entrepreneurs? How should they build impactful businesses, particularly from tier 2 tier 3 cities, because that's where you also rightly said that's where India is growing. How do people find problem statements from these parts of India where nobody is focusing and there is a gold mine of opportunities there?
See, Priya, you can ask me 100 questions. My answer is same to all the questions. Read books, read newspaper,
Hmm.
because you can have so many questions. I can actually answer them one by one, but the knowledge, and especially for the youngsters who are first generation entrepreneurs like me, who have no backing or nobody, there is nobody in business beforehand, so tell you or give you that context ki how business runs. You to read books. All my life I have read books. I'm not like a staunch reader like from end to end, but I still read books, the summaries or some way or other. But I do read newspapers every day. That's how you know what is happening into the market. You cannot find a question and go read an answer of it. But if you keep doing this for years and years and years, you will get all your answers. You will automatically understand what are the problem statements. You will automatically understand where you should invest. Should you invest? Should you start a business or not? That answer also you will get from papers and books. If you start how to build a team, that answer also will get from the books. It's not like that. If something is written in the books, which is like right away you can adopt. But while doing it, in your mind, the entrepreneurial journey starts. You get to understand the numbers. You get the critical ability to research.
Hmm.
You get critical ability to then think in deep. The deep work is what I always talk about. You can be a good manager, a good entrepreneur, but I've seen a lot of people not able to do deep work. That deep work comes when you actually focus on things, and that focus comes from books. So I just want to end with that. I probably didn't answer you a lot all those questions, but that is my brahmas is what I say, that read books, read papers, you will know and you will answer everything you want in your life.
Right, right. I think that's one that's a good answer to it, because I've also seen that a lot of entrepreneurs read books, and that's how you kind of do critical thinking and understand why things are the way they are and where there is an opportunity to create value. uh, so yeah, I agree to your answer. And on this note, let's close the session. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for giving us ideas into real estate, knowledge of fractional ownership, and lot of good insights around real estate. Thanks again, Manoj, and you have a good day ahead.
Thank you, Priya, and thanks to all the audience for listening to us. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you.